This is the Lamborghini Huracan. Now, I've been fortunate enough that early on today I drove the older Lamborghini Gallardo. Okay, so just bear with me. Oh, listen to that. Now, it's quite incredible because the Lamborghini Gallardo was a 12-year love affair between Audi and of course Lamborghini, and it produced the most successful Lamborghini ever made. So there's been huge anticipation about the Lamborghini Huracan. And I must say, having driven the Gallardo a little bit earlier on today and then getting into the Huracan, the differences are astonishing. And it goes about the complete car. Yes, the front looks a little bit similar, but that's about it. The rear is completely different. The styling is completely different. The weight distribution of the car is completely different. But the interior is also completely different. It's much more refined. There is the hexagon shape all over the car. Everything has got the hexagon shape. And I tell you, from the air vents to the paddle shift on the car, it's all precision made. And then of course you've just got this magnificent engine and gearbox. Specifically the gearbox, the engine is very similar to the Gallardo engine. It's got more power. Yes, it's a 600 horsepower car, but the main difference is they've got the double clutch system on this car, and I tell you, what a treat it is. It just makes gear changes seamless. It is beautiful to drive. It's got a huge amount of torque as well, and believe you me, it's got lots of power as well. It is quite possibly the best Lamborghini that they've made, and I've driven the Aventador. The Aventador is also a magnificent car, believe you me, but this is an everyday kind of vehicle. And then of course you can also take this on the track. We're unfortunately not going to take it on the track, but this car definitely, I think, would be amazing to take on the track. This car does come with a super sensitive steering mechanism that Lamborghini have developed. So it's got power steering, of course, but then it's got an additional sensitivity to it. Now, a little bit earlier I took it into the corner, and I tell you, it went superbly. It felt like a go-kart. So maybe just now we'll be able to get it on a couple of roads, and then we'll see how it actually turns. It's also got a magnetic suspension, and none of the people even at Lamborghini have driven a car without a magnetic suspension, so we're not entirely sure what kind of difference it makes. But I can tell you that the ride quality of the car is exceptional. On the dashboard you can change just about everything, so you can have your rev counter looking at you, you can have your GPS, whatever fancy things you want on there, but most of the time you're just here in love with driving the car. The paddle shift is completely different to that of the Gallardo. It's just, oh, listen to that. I mean, that's just unbelievably powerful. And it just feels like it just wants to go all of the time. 7-speed semi-automatic box, of course, with the double clutch, and that's really, really, really important. All of the controls are now on the steering wheel, a la 458 Ferrari, so you don't have stalks behind here, and basically you can actually focus on the actual driving itself. And that's what's so much fun. You've got these really big paddle shifts for your change of gears, so in the corner you can just change up and down. It's really, really a fantastic car to drive. It's unbelievably different to a Gallardo, just to let you know. The way that it's finished, hopefully in the video you can see, even the wind panel over here, this whole design has still got that hexagon kind of shape, and that's what they've followed through on the whole of this car. It's quite special. Everywhere you look, you've got this hexagon shape. Just got beautiful, awesome power. It's really direct in its steering. It's this is one definitely for the books. This is a really, really amazing car. Beautiful car. Great acceleration. Yes, the gear change is not nearly as severe as it used to be in the Gallardo, and that's because of the double clutch. So I think this car driving in town traffic would be a real breeze compared to driving something like a Gallardo. But I think this is where it really opens itself up, and that is on the open road. It just breathes. It just wants to go. Normally aspirated power that just says, you know, just take me even more. And that's what I'm going to do now. Just take it into the corner, and you can just see I'm not even having to move that much of the steering wheel. It's just saying, just throw me where you want to go, and there we go. The all-wheel drive system saying thank you very much. And you can feel that's where the steering comes in. The steering basically sits there and says, okay, we might feel a little bit of an understeer, and the steering actually corrects that for you. So you lose maybe a little bit of the driver sensibility, but most important thing is, if you're not such a great driver like I'm not, it's actually going to help you quite a lot. Amount of torque, and really is special. In the inside, I must tell you, they've changed the dials quite a lot. It's quite Lamborghini-ish. This area over here is quite spectacular. This, of course, is very much the old, well, traditional Audi kind of console for your air conditioning and that kind of stuff. And you know what? We're used to that now. We're used to that. It's fine. It doesn't make any difference. Don't forget, Lamborghini is owned by VW, and it's actually owned by Audi. So you're going to have things that spill over. That's how it is. We've got to get used to it. It's no big deal, as long as it's still a Lamborghini. It sounds like a Lamborghini. It feels like a Lamborghini. It drives like a Lamborghini. It definitely doesn't drive like an Audi. So I'm driving it in its sport mode at the moment. And the exhaust sounds different. It's got a different kind of grumble. You can drive it in the Strada mode, and of course also in full automatic, and that's when you would drive it in and around town, and I think it's going to be very, very comfortable. The seats are very race orientated seats. They hug you beautifully, which is quite amazing. Just going to make some speed, and I'm busy chasing a Lamborghini Gallardo, and I tell you, he's going flat out and I'm not even going half. So believe me, this thing's got proper muscle, proper muscle. Getting into some little windy bits over here, and you just see it just wants to go. I think Lamborghini have done something very, very special. The Gallardo was always going to be a very difficult car to follow because of 12 years of engineering, of upgrades, of design changes, something exceptionally brilliant. And now you have this this new Huracan, and it's a brand new car. The only thing I think is the same is the block of the engine. That's it. It is a brand new car, the Lamborghini Huracan. And yeah, no, they got it right. They've got it properly right.